Welcome to Bitdragon Live. My name is Adam Russell, and today's episode we're going to talk about the top 5 ICOs that we're going to be investing in over February and March. And you know what we found is that during a time when the market is dipping and people don't really know what to do with their money, I found that there's no better investment than ICOs. Now, this isn't financial advice. Obviously, we're just showing you some of the projects that we've invested in and that we're going to invest in. And at this time, I think although there's hundreds, actually even thousands of ICOs out there to choose from, you have to be really selective on what ICOs that you actually do your research and make sure that you find projects that you believe in, that you're passionate about, that you can stand behind. And I think these projects that we're going to share with you are going to give you a good insight on some of the different industries and different projects that we're interested in. And I hope you guys find the same thing to be true if you guys decide to invest or not in some of the ICOs we discuss over the time that we're on this channel. So with that, let's get right into it. All right, guys, so let's get into this. So what is Academy? What do they do? And why are we investing in them? So Academy Blockchain or Academy School of Blockchain is actually a project that was designed out of a growing need for developers. And what they found is that when it comes to having a accredited university curriculum, there's never been one, and they are the first accredited compliant school that allows you to get certificates, bachelor's degree, associate's degree, different degrees that are required for you to be able to become a blockchain developer. And the demand is one of the reasons why many people are attracted to this project, not to mention the all-star team. But if you look here, for every 14 open jobs, there's only one blockchain engineer. And if you can imagine, the growing network of ICOs is just absolutely going, look at this, it's going through the roof. It's forecasted to grow 16x in the next 7 years. That's insane. And so what do they need to do? They need to have access to top level developers that can build the blockchain for them. They have incredible partnerships that they've developed in the industry. One of the things that we found when we dug through here is that they have access to multiple different major platforms, and the curriculum and the people who are teaching on the curriculum, from EOS to Omni to Ethereum to Tether, Vitacom, and there's a little bit of news going on with Tether right now. But at the end of the day, the people behind this, I think, are really what really sets them apart, is that they were able to attract world-class advisors and world-class team. And when you look at some of the advisors that are on their board, you'll see that some of them have from an SEC background, a law background, to even Mo Levin, who was the head of the World Blockchain Forum, which is one of the largest growing communities in the Bitcoin arena. You got Jason King, he's a legend in the industry. He's a part of Unsung, and now he's the founder of Blockchain Academy. And when you look at the people who are the advisors on their curriculum, take a look at this. You got Dan Larimer from EOS. He also created Steemit and BitShares. You've got one of the major guys from Ethereum. You got a general Craig Sellers. He's another legend in industry. Rootstock is an absolutely incredible project that crosses chain between blockchain and Ethereum, and the list goes on. I mean, these guys are just out with a vengeance to be able to find a solution that's going to help fill the void of people that are looking to get educated in the blockchain space. And so they're able to provide an ability to solve a problem. And I think that's the most important part, that they are able to solve a problem. Now, the tokenomics of it, they're looking to raise $50 million starting on March 1st. And for every one ACAD, they're offering $2, and they have total tokens, only 195 million tokens. So unlike a lot of ICOs that are in the billions, they're only looking to raise 195 million. So I really truly think that this is going to be an incredible project. Do your due diligence, but that's it about Blockchain Academy, or School of Blockchain Academy. So let's get on to the next one. So what is Ocean Protocol and why do we invest in it? Well, really Ocean Protocol is an ecosystem for sharing data. I mean, the easiest way to put it is the more intelligent that artificial intelligence becomes is going to be solely based on the amount of data that it can take in. Now, good and bad. If you look at the Terminator back in the day, they accessed so much data in such a short period of time that they were able to acquire all the data in the world. Well, a lot of that data, a very small percentage of the data that is out there is actually unlocked to be able to access and to review from a consumer perspective as well as from a a usability perspective. And so what it actually does is that it's not just a project, but it's an actual protocol that unlocks the data, and it goes in and it finds out what's important to a company. And one of the things that we found when we look through here is that there's a tremendous amount of data that is unanalyzed. 16 zettabytes of data, but only 1% was analyzed, and that's something that is a problem that needs to change. Now, whether we like it or not, artificial intelligence is here. You look at Hanson Robotics and Singularity, and you look at a lot of the major AI, like Deep Brain Chain. There's a lot of projects out there that are utilizing AI. So now, really, this company has found a way to harvest the data utilizing AI protocols that'll enable companies to be able to bring the project and the company to the next level. Now, they have another world-class team through the designers and the background and the world-class business experience from a lot of these guys. You have over 20 companies that they've represented in the past. You can go through, I encourage you to go through a lot of their bios to check them out and understand that when you look at this project, we got excited about it simply because of the breadth of the space is a hot space, the AI space is a hot space, and also that you've got a world-class team that's behind it. So with that, let's talk a little bit about the tokenomics of the project. So from a tokenomics perspective, they're looking to really raise $11 million. The sale starts on March the 7th. They haven't really put out anything in regards to what the total tokens are going to be, but we do know it's an ERC20 token and that it is going to require a KYC. But I think that when we get more details, of course, we'd love to share those with you. They've got a nice team. They are based out of Singapore, and they are definitely disruptive in the data and AI space. Let's check out the next one. All right, so let's talk about Next. So Next is an ICO that's going to be coming out, probably one of the more anticipated ICOs. It's kind of like the showcase DApp or decentralized app for the Neo blockchain. And the Neo blockchain works on the NEP5 protocol, which is similar to the ERC20 for Ethereum. And when you look at this project, kind of compare this to a decentralized exchange meets WANchain, similar to when Kyber is now partnered with WANchain. And what they're able to do on the Neo blockchain, they're able to create a off-chain matching engine that enables much faster, more complex trades than existing decentralized exchanges. And so when you look at their team, you realize that a lot of the guys on the team have not only a solid background, but they are involved, like the guy who created the Neon wallet and some of the major guys from OnChain. They're a part of the Neo Council. And you're going to find that they have extensive backgrounds in technology, and they have the ability to execute on what they're looking to do. They have a solid roadmap. And when we look at this project, one of the 5 top DApps that came out of the new Neo ecosystem, if you will, and Next is the cornerstone of that project. Now let's talk about the tokenomics. So in regards to the tokenomics of the Neon exchange or the Next, looks like they're looking to raise $25 million. It's going to be starting in March the 25th, and it looks like they have 50 million total tokens, so it's not a large supply. If you think of Bitcoin only has 21 million, and there's $1 per NEX token. And it looks like they're only going to accept Neo because it's on the NEP5 protocol, so they're only going to be accepting Neo. And my guess is that once this ICO comes out, they'll probably go on Binance. Binance has been talking a lot about accepting NEP5 for a lot of their different ICOs and a lot of the different projects. following the suit with Red Pulse. So with that, do your due diligence, check out their white paper, and I highly encourage you to look strongly into Next. So what's PolicyPal? Why are we investing in it? Well, basically, PolicyPal in a nutshell is an insurance for a lower barrier of entry for the unbanked. And basically what it is, it's a mutual aid insurance that allows people to be able to protect their assets all around the world. But the biggest portion of it is really in the East, because in the West, if you look at the amount of insurance that is actually, utilized worldwide, when compared to the size of the population over in Asia, there's $58 trillion was the gap from a Swiss study found that protecting your agricultural, your property, personal accident, and life, a lot of these are not being protected, and they needed a way through the blockchain to be able to have basically a mutual aid system where people can actually protect their assets. Tracking it through a solid application that's really easy to use, because obviously many people have access to applications through their cell phones. They have a world-class team. You can look at the background. I mean, they have all types of awards for their projects, and when you look at some of the companies that these people have worked at, I mean, it's just absolutely an all-star team. And if you look at the advisors behind them, you've got a lot of people from the banking industry, you've got a lot of people from the capital markets, insurance markets. And these are people that really know their stuff for many, many years in industry. And when you look at the support, you can always tell a lot about a project by who's willing to invest in them. And when you look at the background from PayPal invested in them, and 500 startups and Startup Bootcamp, and major capital companies have already invested in them prior to their token sale. So let's talk a little bit about the tokenomics real quick on PolicyPal. So the last project we want to talk about is the TON, or the TON ICO by Telegram. Probably one of the most anticipated and one of the largest and most ambitious ICOs of all time. They plan on raising anywhere between $1.2 to $2 billion. There isn't even information for a website, since Telegram has actually put out a white paper in regards to this project. One of the things that you'll find in regards to Telegram is that for every blockchain and cryptocurrency and different project that's out there, the majority of them have a Telegram. And there's massive, in the literally hundreds of millions of people that are on Telegram, and there is millions of people that are part of the network that Telegram supports. But one of the things about the TON project that I found pretty interesting is that they want to establish themselves a little bit different. Instead of Bitcoin being the digital gold, Ethereum has an efficient crowd platform, but neither one of them can scale for everyday regular exchange of value in their day-to-day lives. And so they want to create a platform that can handle multiple different aspects of day-to-day transactions. They want to have the speed and scalability, and they're going to leverage sharding technology. Now, I encourage you to look through the white paper. You can get there from ICO drops. But the platform itself, the TON blockchain, is actually multiple different aspects of this project. It's a proof of stake model, which means based on the number of tokens you own, you can actually get value just from holding those tokens. But understand that they have multiple parts of the platform: TON storage, they have the TON proxy network, the TON services, TON DNS, and the TON payment. So it's not just a payment protocol or a payment portal. And one of the things that we found is that they also have a light wallet that they're going to build right into their client, which is super easy because there's a lot of apps already inside of the Telegram model. So this will be a really easy integration for many people, and probably the path of least resistance for people to start to use cryptocurrency through a social media platform. And when you look at the amount of users on their network relative to the other ones in the space, such as Slack and Discord, as you can see, there's a tremendous amount of projects that are utilizing Telegram. Slack is up and coming, but Telegram is probably by far one of the most anticipated projects that are coming up. Now, in regards to the tokenomics of the project, It looks like it's going to be 5 billion tokens, so it's a large open supply, and it's going to be 10 cents per on the network. And they anticipate the price to go up very, very quickly based on during the raise. They plan on having quite a bit of tokens sold because everybody and their brother wants in. I think it's going to be based on depending on where you are worldwide. I don't know what the parameters are going to be, what countries can invest, but I do know this is a solid project that a lot of people are going to invest in. And if you don't get a chance to invest during the ICO, I highly encourage you to invest when it hits recently added on CoinMarketCap. So there's your information on TON. Hope you guys do your due diligence. Take a look at the white paper. Even ICO Drops only said rumors for a while. They have a great video on here that explains it. And as you can see here, 1 gram, again, 10 cents, 5 billion tokens. So you are going to need a KYC to prove who you are. So there you go, guys. There's our overview, just a quick overview on the 5 ICOs that we're really interested in investing in. Now, there's many other ICOs that we're also looking at, such as Vice Token and a handful of other ones, but we only wanted to put 5 of them then in this particular presentation on this episode. We are going to be covering how to utilize Etherdelta for some of these ICOs that you may not invest in, but you want to take advantage of investing right when they hit recently added on CoinMarketCap. We do look at the team, we look at the background, we look at the tokenomics, we look at the project, we look at what problems they're solving, and most importantly, we're looking to see if this is an industry that is growing and that is absolutely going to have some sustainability. We're not looking for something that's a pump and dump. We want something that is actually going to have long-term value and growth and is going to change the world as we know it. And I know the blockchain space and this entire industry is absolutely growing by leaps and bounds. It's creating paradigm shifts that are literally changing multiple different aspects of many different industries. And so we're super excited to be a part of it. We appreciate you guys supporting us, following us. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. Please share and like these videos. Bitdragon Live is going to keep continuing to provide you guys with content. We are going to be just a pause for about the weekend as we're going out to the Bitcoin Ethereum Super Conference. We're super excited. We'll be sharing a video from that information, and that event is going to be absolutely incredible. So with that, guys, take care, take charge, and we'll see you at the top.